If you've been on the internet at all recently, I'm sure you've heard some confusion about this year's Super Bowl halftime performer.
Definitely not watching Bad Bunny.
I'm skipping the whole game.
Boycott the Super Bowl. Don't watch it.
We speak English in America.
Boycott the Super Bowl, please.
Learn Spanish. That's not what football's for.
And a lot of folks don't even know who he is.
I had never even heard of him.
He's not someone who appeals to a broader audience.
This white guy, I don't know a single song he's ever played.
But if you look at the numbers, or turn on the radio, or look at the billions of streams, you realize that those questions are outdated. Bad Bunny isn't here to translate his music for the mainstream. He's here to show us why in most of the world he is the mainstream. And if you still don't know who Bad Bunny is, that's okay. No judgment. Today we're gonna break down exactly who is El Conejo Malo, Bad Bunny, why the controversy around his language is so ridiculous, and the real reason the NFL needs him way more than he needs them. Real quick, before we talk about the artist, let's talk about the venue. The Super Bowl halftime show is all about the numbers. Ever since Michael Jackson's halftime show in 1993 pulled in more viewers than the game itself, the NFL figured something out. For a lot of people, the halftime show is the main event. And sure, plenty of people love American football for whatever reason. But for example, in 2025, people weren't spending weeks posting reaction videos to the game itself. They were talking about Kendrick Lamar. And for the past 3 years in a row, each halftime show has set a new record for peak concurrent viewers. So when the NFL picks an artist, it's not a gamble. They know exactly what they're doing. Which brings us to this year. And if you want to understand how they landed on a guy who less than a decade ago was bagging groceries in Puerto Rico, well, we have to start at the beginning. His name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, and a decade ago, he was a bagger at Econo Supermarket in Vega Baja, Puerto Rico, uploading tracks to SoundCloud between shifts. So, you know, definitely not a manufactured pop star, pretty much the opposite of an industry plant. He was a kid from the barrio with a signature voice and a unique style. You hear that deep, slurred baritone? That's the trap sound that first caught fire back in like 2016, 2017. But unlike other rising stars of the time who burnt out, Benito evolved. He didn't just stay in the trap lane, he blended rock, reggaeton, synth pop, merengue, and the results? He became the most streamed artist on Spotify for 3 consecutive years. He beat Taylor Swift, he beat Drake, and the craziest part, he did it without recording a single song in English. So let's take a look at 3 tracks that explain his worldwide dominance. I know you've heard this song. This was the moment the US mainstream really saw him. This one is a timeless banger. Then you have Dákiti. No, not Dákiti, Dákiti. And it sounds like the future, it's dark, it's synth heavy, and a chart topper all over the world, including #1 in Sweden. Who knew? And finally, Tití Me Preguntó. And for everyone who's taken Spanish class before, it means Auntie asked me. And this track is a masterpiece in production. It goes from dembow to a psychological breakdown. This is the song that proved he's not just a hit maker, he's an artist. But now let's address the elefante in the room. The comment section. I'm sure you've seen them. This is America, speak English. Why is the halftime show in Spanish? If you're sitting there thinking, wow, that's a stupid thing to be upset over, congratulations, you passed the vibe check. And you're absolutely right. First of all, the United States has the 2nd largest Spanish-speaking population in the world. Yeah, besides Mexico, we have the most Spanish speakers of all the countries in the American continent. So, you know, Spanish is an American language. So feel free to tell your weird uncle about that on Facebook. But also, just look at the data. Apple Music numbers don't lie. The Billboard charts don't lie. Music has globalized. Dudes in Colorado listen to Brazilian music all day long on their record player. Kids in Ohio listen to K-pop and reggaeton. So Bad Bunny's refusal to sing in English is not a limitation. First of all, he speaks English. He just makes songs in Spanish. And historically, a lot of Latin artists have made crossover songs in English in order to break into the mainstream market, and that's okay. That's totally fine. But Bad Bunny didn't need to. That's okay too. And if anyone is still confused about Bad Bunny being the obvious choice for halftime performer this year, you just have to look at the other side of the coin. The business side. The NFL is not doing this just to be inclusive. They're doing this to survive. Okay, putting aside my personal opinions of the sport that, you know, has like 6 seconds of action, followed by 2 minutes of huddling, 3 minutes of ads, and constant stoppage. Okay, sorry, I'm done. Putting aside all of that, the NFL has saturated the US market. Everyone who is going to watch football here is already watching. So to grow, the league has to expand internationally. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're pushing hard into Mexico, Brazil, Latin America in general, Europe. And if you're going to invest so much into appealing to Latin America to get them to buy tickets, it only makes sense that you get a Latino artist to perform during the big game. That's just good business. Especially when he happens to be literally the biggest artist in the entire world right now. So if you want to get ready for Sunday, you want to enjoy the show, sing along, maybe dance a little bit, here is your homework. I'd say go ahead and start by just listening to DTMF, which just won the Grammy for Album of the Year, the first foreign language album to do so. It's just good listening from the very first track. And the title, Debí tirar más fotos, literally means I should have taken more pictures. It's nostalgic, it's emotional, it's very Caribbean, very Puerto Rico. Looking back, appreciating the moment, realizing it went by too fast, just like my trip to Puerto Rico. Next, if you dig the music and want to learn more about the man behind it, I'd say watch the video El Apagón. It's like a love letter to Puerto Rico, but also deals with some real issues like blackouts and displacements on the island. It's beautifully shot, has important messages, and it's a great way to practice your español puertorriqueño. I'm still working on it. And if you discover that you really, really like Bad Bunny, go and watch his WWE highlights. Yes, WWE. Widely considered to be one of the best celebrity collaborations in wrestling history. I'm serious, this happened, and this man can do just about anything. Now, if you've been a Bad Bunny fan for years, or for months, or, just for 8 minutes, what do you think about all this drama about the upcoming show? And more importantly, what song are you most excited to hear? Drop it in a comment below. And if you like these deep dives about international pop culture and languages, subscribe to Lingopie for more. See you in the next one. Peace.